Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're into the draft. Nothing happened yet, but it just lined up way too well with the song, so we're just gonna go with it. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Skim, and this is game number 2 between CDC and a VG.J for the DPL, for today's DPL action. The very last game, in fact, but we will be back tomorrow with a bunch more, so don't you worry. But for now, I have some time to talk about that last game. Skim, what do you think was the time where things started to go wrong for CDC?
Whew, that's a good question. I think by the time they lashed TP top and died, I think, yeah, I think his first death sort of started making things really bad for them, and where this is where VGJ was able to pick things off. You know, with the Lina rotated top and got a double kill pretty much, or at least the kill on the Lysander. That was really crucial, I think, and it just never really picked up from there. CDC pretty much was always behind. I mean, ever since the first blood, really. But I think that was really when they had to run around and just try to catch up, and they never did.
Yep. Especially if you have against Terrorblade, then we've not accounted for this entire game until that point. That then punches you in the face and also deletes all your buildings essentially when you lose a team fight. It doesn't tend to help, but yeah.
Pretty much.
Anyway, another game, another best of one essentially for the purposes of this tournament. Another opportunity for CDC to grab some points. And we talked about that in the beginning of last game. Both of these teams definitely want and need these if they want to try and secure themselves a better chance to go into the playoffs. The first 6 teams go, so 6 out of 12. Pretty high number, but still, you need some wins under your belt.
Yeah, and it's very competitive as well. If you look at the field of teams that are currently
Yeah.
trying to get in, right? I
This
mean,
is the creme de la creme of Chinese Dota, really.
pretty much. And if you look at the teams that currently aren't in the top six, we have Wings, we have VGJ, we have LFY. Those are teams that you usually think would be in the top six right
Yeah.
now, and they still have to fight for that spot. Granted, they're tying with the last place in the with the sixth place, which is
Yeah.
also LGD. So it is really competitive right now.
It's also worth remembering though that some of these teams haven't played as many games.
Of course, of
Um,
course.
yeah, especially IG Vitality right now they're sitting at third place, but they're 8 and 6, so they've played 14 games so far. Whereas like LGD for example also only played 8. But yeah, there's still plenty of Dota left to be played over the next couple of days. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this bracket looks though at the very end, because at the end of the day, maybe you drop a game because you try out something funky and or you just play badly, and then it turns out that this was exactly the game that you needed to just make the cuts.
All right.
Anyway, this draft here, Weaver and Rubik for CDC, Magnus making an appearance, not being banned out, and the Earth Spirits. So interesting first phase picks here for sure.
Yeah, very different from what we've seen so far. The Magnus has been, I want to say, untouched. I think in the 3 games that we've cast so far, nobody picked him up. At least I believe he was banned in the first game that we watched between the IG squads. But yeah, Magnus is a very popular hero in China right now. Obviously, he is pretty much the hero in China, I think,
Yeah.
alongside a few others. And we don't see a Slaughter just yet. In fact, he's actually been banned now. I think it's the first game that we're casting without a Slaughter, is it?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, actually, Magnus was banned last game as well.
Yeah.
Never mind then. But yeah, Magnus definitely a top pick right now. It definitely fits VGJ. They really like playing it. They also played it in numerous ways. I mean, we've seen pretty much 3 players play it. I think Freeze, R2K, and FY have all played it at this point.
Yep.
So they're very flexible with it as well.
So, what hero would you actually want to combo up with him now? Because of course we did see the Meteor Juggernaut ban from CDC as well in the second phase. So that's kind of the first hero that you probably think about that can really make super good use of the Empower. So, what other heroes come to mind in that regard?
It's difficult because, like you said, those are the 2 heroes that you would immediately think of. I think, and this is not necessarily something that the Chinese do, but I think Troll is a really good hero for the Empower buff, and this is something that the European teams have started to pick up. Troll Warlord, that is, you could go back for the Tiny, Tiny is a hero that benefits from it before he picks up his Aghanims, especially.
Yeah.
A very, I wouldn't say an old combo, but a more of a TA3 era kind of combo is with the Lycan. But the world is their oysters, really. They don't even need to that benefits heavily from this Empower. I mean, Empower, aside from, applying Cleave, also gives bonus damage, which everybody will benefit from. So
Yep.
they don't necessarily have to find that combo hero. And I doubt that they will find a hero that really combos well with it, because I think Lifestealer and Juggernaut are the two heroes that benefit the most from it.
Um, maybe they could just go back for Legion Commander again. It's another one of
Possibly, yeah.
those that's makes it much easier to win these duels. Just have that. But yeah, we'll see. CDC, well, they're definitely taking the sweet time to think about what they want to do. Burning through all the reserve time, and if they don't pick something, then they'll random something, which is probably not the way to go.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if they? Oh,
Almost.
they picked it. Almost.
That'd be like the ultimate BM, wouldn't it? Like, yeah.
They do go for the
I'd,
Legion.
I'd, I'd almost love to see one of these teams do that against FTDC. Just random an entire draft or a couple of picks.
I
Well,
mean, that's going to be interesting, right? At the end of the league, when the positions are pretty much set, where whatever game you or whatever the result is, you pretty much won't change positions.
yeah.
Maybe we'll see some really interesting things there.
Well, for now, yeah, the Legion Commander that we mentioned, and Winter Wyvern now for CDC. I actually like that pick because you know that there's gonna be some amount of physical damage coming through. Can make good use of the Golden Brace, and as well of the Winter's Curse. Not so much with the Silencer though. I really like that pick as well from VG.J now, especially if that ends up being a core, or it might still be just a 5 position support.
I believe they've played it both ways. I believe I've seen both Aggressive and Fenrir on the Silencer, but I'm not 100% sure right now. But it is also one of these heroes that they like playing. Yeah, last time they played it was on on Freeze even. So this could be potentially an offlane Magnus.
Yeah, it seems to be the way that it's been run more often even than mid these days. I want to say.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, Troll Wallet has been banned, so CDC don't want to take that chance. Last ban for VG.J, probably look to take out a mid laner now as well.
Yeah. But that's the thing. What do you really ban against Inflame? I mean, we saw it in the last game.
Yeah.
The Zeus, the random, almost random Zeus. I think it felt really random at least.
Yeah.
I know it kind of worked in a sense where it is a counter to Terrorblade, but it came out of nowhere pretty much. And Inflame does have a pretty wide hero pool.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy to ban against him.
Maybe just ban the TA or something. And there's some damage over time from the Earthbird and Silencer later down the line, but
maybe a Venomancer. We haven't seen it banned just yet, but I think a Venomancer could work really well. We have a lot of combo or teamfight potential with the Epicenter Burst Strike.
yeah.
It is a hero that can build into right click and magic damage, and so he doesn't suffer from the global silence as much. And he's also a potential mech carrier if they wanted to.
Yeah, I feel like CDC could really make use of one of these hybrid heroes again that can center the team fight around him. Because you have a Weaver who doesn't kind of wants to be on the outskirts, and Sanking Winter Wyvern, all kind of iffy in that sense in terms of like sustained team fights. So they, especially Sanking, right? It's generally all right. Blink in with Epicenter, you wombo combo someone down, but it's not ideal at all for sustained fights. Winter Wyvern much better already.
I believe that's a position 1 void.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Wait. So this is VG.J that we're talking about. They could run it in numerous ways. This could even be a position 4 Magnus, technically. It could be anything really. I think they have a lot of potential, but I think it's a position 1 void.
Yeah, that'll probably be the most normal way to run, I
They
guess,
go back for
right?
the Zeus.
Zeus.
They go back for the Zeus.
I don't know about that one.
It's actually pretty bad here, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because you can't really burst anybody outside of the silencer. Everybody else is fairly tanky, and
It's
Void
particularly
even
bad.
has the
Yeah,
backtrack
it's
for
particularly
the
bad
time
against
jump.
him, right? Zeus comes in, nukes him a couple of times, he just time walks out.
Well, the
Yeah.
good thing is you usually with the other heroes have enough burst to burst him enough, you know, especially in the early game. Like you'll burst him on time before he gets it off.
Yeah.
But I still think it's bad here because I don't
Then
think it
again,
does well against the other heroes.
do you? Because CDC, the only split stunts that they have was the Sand King, and then Rubik Lift.
Yeah, the lift is also nice.
Maybe he seals up he, but that's about it. I don't know.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, I don't like the Zeus here at all.
Yeah, I'm not convinced either. I do, however, like VG.J's lineup. Of course, Faces Void is a hero that we haven't thought about. It crops up every once in a while. Still somehow in NA as well as China.
Yeah,
But of
I
course, he's one of
really
these heroes that really loves having some sort of buff up, either like Ogre Bloodlust or in this case the Magnus in Power, to just help him in inside the Chronosphere and just help him do damage early. But gotta say, Empower is a little bit worse than the extra attack speed from Bloodlust because Void's getting a lot of his damage from the time lock still.
true. I do. Oh yeah, it is a position one void. I do miss the, or I feel a bit sad about the fact that Shadows, you know, from Wings, Shadows void build never really caught on. He goes for this Lincoln Sphere AC kind of build, Lincoln Sphere Blink AC or something,
Uh-huh.
and that worked well at TI, and I thought it was really cool. It was a really unique build that just builds on sustain more so than building towards any of the particular strengths, and it was really interesting, and it worked out for him, and I think Complexity even copied it, and it worked really well for them in an A. And this is why I'm curious to see what Aggressive is going to build. Does he have a new build that nobody knows of, or that has been trending now, or is he just going to go for the old build? We'll see. And
Well,
just quick note, he starts with 2
yeah.
slippers
I
because
was just gonna point out the same thing.
yeah, side chop has been nerfed.
Yeah, seems to be like the most obvious adjustment that pros make if they know that they want to have that Puma shield in the first place. The downside is you can't just start with a stout shield and then decide in lane whether you need to upgrade it or not.
Yeah, and I think this is it's a good nerf because the item
Yeah.
is too good at this point. I mean, if you just look at the games that we've cast today, I think pretty much everybody that has been in the side lane that is a core purchased the Portman shield at one point or the other.
It just enables you to trade so efficiently in the early game. And if you watch purchase videos and day 9 kind of coaching sessions and lessons when I was talking about trading, then you know exactly how much that means actually.
Yep.
It can make a difference.
All right, so they opted to go for Freeze Legion and then R2K Magnus. Like you said, offlane Magnus is much more common than the mid Magnus. Anyway, and Legion in mid does do fairly well against the Zeus just because she has sustain.
Look at RTK as well. Just pulling a bat right here, just dragging these creeps. And I guess with Empower you can pretty much farm under tower quite reliably too.
Yeah, pretty much. And he just has to be careful that they don't lose vision on Fog of because of the Fog of War.
Yeah. Staggering up on the creeps. Not a whole lot that June can do about it. Meanwhile, FY just helping out mid a little bit. And Freeze also, yeah, with the magic wand. No pool tangos even. Another roll connects and Flame now actually might be in trouble. Maybe not, they don't want to commit too deep.
Also gets his bottle now, so any harassment that he's just gotten will be somewhat negated.
Some of it anyway, but I think they still might just think that like if Freeze goes on the high ground, he might have caught a glimpse of the courier still being there.
I think FY wants the courier.
Yeah. That's a bottle coring courier. It's gonna be
I don't know what he's saying,
slow.
but I'm pretty sure he's all chatting like get away from my courier.
Yeah, pretty much. He knows that he can't send it back. Yes, if they don't see FY, but he might actually find it. 1, 2, there it is.
Alright, and that's the bottle as well.
FY is just like, hey, if the courier doesn't.
And Freeze with the alt. Alright.
Yeah. I don't know what the rules are in this case, but yeah, it's definitely warranted.
Oh, I encourage all chat flame.
Yeah, absolutely. Now another roll in,
and they're gonna go for the kill.
This will be the first
matters
blood.
Worse.
FYF, God indeed.
Do you just chat wheel good game well played?
Pretty sure you just call it, yeah. This is where in pub game the mid laner would just rage quit, I'm pretty sure. In your average random 3k pub. FY, not even done yet. The roll up top connects us low onto demons. Fenris stabs, throws out a nuke. The center actually also makes an appearance, yeah, and the batches are there too for Aggressive.
Did you see the Reddit video where Freeze is question marking his enemy? It was also DPL, I think, actually. They killed a Monkey King who was disguising as a tree, and then he just question marks in all chat.
Yeah. Don't think I saw that, and then if it turns out it's one of the games that I casted, it's gonna be very embarrassing.
Nah, I don't think it was. I think it was.
I don't think so.
Lysander.
Oh, bottom lane, flyby. One normal right click, even with a even with a Geminate, wouldn't have been enough because once again, RTK. We're talking about Pullman shields. He has one of his own. Oh, he'll be alright. But yeah, FY just realizing that hey, Zeus doesn't have his bottle. So it's probably on the courier, so that means he's not gonna send it anywhere anytime soon, as long as he doesn't know where I am, so I'm just gonna look for it. And kill it on inside the trees.
That was pretty close for Sep. Like, I'm not sure if it would have been enough for a kill. If he got silenced there before he gets burst strike out.
Yeah.
I would have been close at least.
The lane freeze. Gotta be careful in flame if you're hugging the creeps. That's 2 points up in the overwhelming odds. And there it is. A lot of movement speed. It's actually gonna go for it, but June gets a lift up in time. Stick charge should keep him safe for the time being, and some flame can nuke him down, and he can. It's just barely enough.
Well, the Korea, it's still walking. Thank you. Whoever upgraded it, thank you. Put it out of his misery.
Like, if there's one thing that's worse than having the courier sniped if it's walking, then if you get it sniped twice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good though that they finally have June in this mid lane here just to inflame out just a little bit. Sure, it takes away a little bit of his experience, but it's definitely necessary. And Weaver can stand her own against the Magnus.
Yeah. It's not going to be able to zone him out really, so RTK is still going to get his levels. But,
oh, mid lane. They want to kill him again.
Well, there it is. The roll connects. Fenris also there with a lot of extra burst damage. Nice little stone. He also catches June. That'll actually make sure that they can get the kill. +2 for Fenrir. Yeah, the chat just caught up with his with the courier kill.
The ward.
I love it.
They even eat the ward.
Oh,
that was
man.
freshly planted as well.
Everything's just going right for VG.J in this mid lane.
Yeah, they need a deeper ward to see FY earlier. That ward doesn't scout him out because he's so far back.
Yep.
They do see that one ward now, though.
Oh.
That's good for them.
It's also freshly planted, so Inflame can get himself 300 gold from that.
I also think Inflame I'm not sure if it's a miss skill or if he realizes that he needs this to catch up on farm, but he has 3 in Arc Lightning. Yeah. Usually you go 2-2-1 rather than 3-1-1. Top lane, Sep is dead.
Oh, that rhymes. -2, +2.
6 intelligence for Fenrir. 6 minutes in. He's gotten 1 intelligence per minute.
Love to see him just kill Sanking a couple more times, so he's not having any mana left.
For a burst strike.
Oh, mid lane freeze, gets himself an Invis rune. So lucky. They do have the sentry though. So he still has to try and walk his way out of there, and he can with FY helping him out with the stone.
Baited out the Zeus ulti even, but the stick charges were enough to keep him alive, and the raindrops as well.
Yeah. Crucial items in this stage of the game. So now I probably just want to farm the jungle a little bit. But yeah.
Alright, it looks like Aggressive is going for Helmet Dominator.
Yeah,
which makes, I guess it sort of makes sense. It's a good item for stats and HP regen and makes him more survivable. And it adds a lot to push potential, which I think they will have sort of with the, if you get a creep, you have Empower, that's a lot of physical tower damage.
Oh, not sure about this one. CDC is stanging around. The Chronosphere comes through. Nice little stun at the same time, so Aggressive doesn't immediately get to right click. Demons gets his E off. Delayed is a little bit more, but CDC should still fall here. They're not even doing too much damage back, so that's +2. Another +2 for Fenrir as he's just slowly right clicking away doing all that in September with Burst right down. Will keep himself alive anyway, but
10 int. 10 int.
I mean,
Seriously though, this is getting really worrying for CDC
because
because
it's not
these
just
heroes rely
Fenrir.
on their spells.
Yeah, it's not even just Fenrir. It's not even just that. It's also Aggressive, who's 0-4. He's not getting the kills, but he's getting still a lot out of this lane.
RTK, RPs to keep himself safe.
Oh,
Not sure if that's gonna be enough though. I think he can just
Yeah, it
Shakuchi.
should
Oh no,
be,
he's
yeah.
not gonna pursue it.
you need to land Shikuchi and then right click. That would have put him right on tier 2. Would have been dangerous.
And Fenrir denies another ward. That's actually quite big because they only have 1 ward left. So for the
Yeah.
next For the next minute or 5 minutes, they will only have 1 ward, if at all.
That roll connected, it would have maybe been another kill on Sand King. As it stands, Burst Strike kept him alive.
Yeah, this landing stage for CDC has been pretty awful so far. The only one that's been really having a good time is Flyby, and even he, I don't know. If you just look at his farm,
yeah.
it's okay for a safe laner, but it's still not great by any means. It's not gonna save him.
It is what it is, right? It is free
Right.
farm safe lane more or less, but
Yeah,
it's
but it's
compared
also
to
Weaver.
everything else, yeah, it's not something that really will change the game at any point. It's not like it's something like an axe who's gonna get a blink off of this that you can then use to create a giant amount of space else everywhere on the map. It's, I don't know. CDC need to try and find a way to get back into this game, but so far VG.J are the ones who still keeping pace. They're dictating
Inflame-
everything.
Inflame definitely intended to skill this way because he's realized, all right, I need to just head into the jungle and farm as much as possible. That's why he has 4 in Arc Lightning right now.
Then he finds mud golems and he hates his life.
Mud golems and centaurs, pretty much the 2 camps that are the worst to farm as a Zeus.
Yeah. And
it's-
I
and
think
it's
the
the-
Hellbear,
it's-
the small Hellbear also has the the magic resistance thing.
True. But he finds a centaur camp with the 2 smaller centaurs, right? So 2 auras.
Top lane, more TPs coming through. Aggressive still has the Chronosphere. Might have to use it just to stay alive at this point. There it is, yeah, and he just walks away, but Inflame doesn't actually get caught with it here. Nukes him down after he uses Time Walk. So yeah, this is one way of doing it. Just respawn with TPs after another extension from VG.J.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Aggressive jumped in that deep. I think they just overestimated their own strength. Especially since it's just the 2 of them. It was just him and Silencer as well.
Silencer said, "Fuck it, I'm out." Left him to die, but at the very least, hey, Space created. Everyone made their way up top. FY roaming across the map, slinging routes every which way. Bottom lane, it's now RTK getting some extra free space, putting pressure on the tower. But top lane Aggressive, he actually came back to this. It's still everyone here. Freeze with a duel though, onto
that's a
face
nice duel,
onto
though.
the Sand King.
The
A
counter.
good E makes
Cold Embrace.
yeah. Cold Embrace means that not even getting anything off of this. No Chrono still, so I'm just gonna have to look for some Time Knocks, I guess, but I don't know, it's taking a lot of damage. That's Time Knock available if necessary.
Flame finds a kill on RTK. RTK was a bit too
He was very low.
overconfident down
yeah.
here with low HP.
Look at this.
Flame
Look at Aggressive's creep. I need to spam heal on him though.
the heal creep, yeah. It also has a mana region, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
3 mana regions, actually insane.
That's an
This is
aura,
actually a
right?
pretty
Yeah,
good
okay.
creep to have.
Yeah. Thought for a second it might have been just for the creep itself, but it's an aura, so it's still useful
It's
as a
an
Helm
aura,
of
yeah.
Dominated Creep knows what to do.
Oh,
But
that's
Global
a
Silence
good
comes
Global
out here.
Silence.
Can I get something off of this though? Here, Freeze, he gets much closer to get a duel. Even then, Silence is ended, so the Cold Embrace will be there.
Oh, the double kick!
So yeah, you got to duel the Winter Wyvern, they're gonna secure it. Nice little kick as well, and Magnetize will make sure that the rest of CDC don't want to re-engage. Especially with RTK also making an appearance. Threatening that RP.
I think that CDC just stuck around for way too long. They've been sitting in the top lane for a solid minute, trying to find a kill under the
Oh.
void. Oh, I like
They
this.
still want to find kills
they
here.
did
The
this last
smoke
game as
up.
well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying up and immediately smoke up when VG.J might not realize that they're back to full health. And there it is. They'll find Fenrir. They'll also find a Grasave who does have a Chronosphere again if necessary. But you don't want to keep using them defensively like this, but he might have to. Another time walk and doing a lot of damage. There it is, Chronosphere on
4-man Chronosphere. Oh, it's huge.
no follow-up. It's like, it feels so bad. Feels so bad.
Yeah, but once again, it is CDC wasting a lot of the time. And they're not really getting this tower. They're chipping at it, but they don't really have a lot of damage outside of Weaver just hitting it. So they're just sitting here waiting for kills, and I'm pretty sure that VG.J is fully aware of this.
Yep.
But as I say that...
Might even get them still, right? Oh, nice little silent TRP. What was that about? Only caught one to Wyvern, I believe, but they're still gonna get the
no,
duel win.
RP actually caught nobody.
Also feels bad, man. Power dice creeps, Milo aggressive, of course without Chrono. A little bit dangerous for him to still stick around there, so instead he just goes for the counter pressure, getting more value across the map. Fans a tier 1 of his own, so yeah, overall VG.J is still getting the better end of this.
Oh, for sure. Even though they expended the RP, they did get a dual win out of this. They got a tower, and CDC again just wasting a little bit of their time. And if you just look at the net worth, I think just like 2 minutes ago, Weaver was even ahead of the Legion and the Void, but just because of the time they've been wasting, they sort of fell. She sort of fell back. Zeus at least, or he, Zeus at least is still ahead.
Yep,
that's good. Zeus needs
FY.
to be
All you use the roll just gets zapped down.
Oh, Fenrir is also pretty low. Why is he not chasing it?
I don't know.
Is he too scared of follow up? They know that the Void is down there. They know that RP is down. I don't think a duel would kill him.
I have no explanation for this. But Fenrir gets away alive somehow. And that's good because he's going for the Midas, still ways away.
Still 14 int by the way, so he's still at the 1 int per minute ratio. That is insane.
It is.
Well, they might find freeze here. He does have a blink. Doesn't blink out.
We'll be able to in a moment though. And that is, might even be able to turn us around. Aggressive is there. Does have another Chrono, not enough mana for it, and he does with the mana boots now. The duel comes through onto 1. No counterplay potential from Demons. Couldn't get the Cold Embrace off in time, and now it's CDC running away, but into the loving arms of FY. He misses the stun though, isn't Flame. He had a haste room going that time. The Chronosphere onto 1. Or the Winter Wyvern, but now this global silence will turn us around, making sure that there's no counterplay potential for CDC. Not leading to too many extra kills just yet until they can catch up to Zeus.
Yeah, he got RP'd.
So, yeah. Kind of get these chain kills. 1 ultimate for each. Freeze with 1 kill on his duel. 1 kill off the Chronosphere, 1 kill off the RP.
CDC, they don't have any answer to those abilities whatsoever. Usually, you have like, this is why Centaur is really good, because you have like that escape button.
Yeah.
But what do you have in this lineup? You have nothing basically, and they don't have any mobility items either. There's no blink, there's no force staff, there's no Yules. So if they get jumped on, they don't have any good way to disengage outside of using their spells to maybe stun somebody and try and run off of that. But that's pretty much it.
They should be doing right now is try and fight a fight while a lot of these abilities are on cooldown.
Yeah, for sure. They should try and look for a fight, but at the same time, Duel is back up and Chronosphere.
No Chronosphere, no RP for another minute, no global silence for the same time. So this is a minute where CDC have an opening if VG.J is giving it to them. And
the thing is, though, they don't really have a good way of initiating just yet because they don't have a blink on their SK. So their only way to initiate is really just running at the opponent. And VG.J, they do have mobility items. They have 2 blinks on the Legion and on the Magnus, so it's not even easy for CDC to find an engagement.
Oh, Sun King just picked up his blink, so instantly into the smoke. So that just changes right the hell now. still have that opening. FY still smoked up himself, so he will be able to detect if someone gets close to him at the very least, and there it is. I find out that something's going on. The water in the high ground here, blink into an instant lift here, so no duel comes out just yet. Stanking silence up here by FY, who extricates himself out of the situation. Now, with the Wyvern, keeps himself alive during the duels. I don't even know how that's possible. They're still gonna win it though. And on the side, Flyby looking to track down FY. Meanwhile, up here, the nuke down RFTK. Aggressive comes through. We will have another corner in a couple of seconds. RP already back here on 2. On top of the Empower. It's a double kill for him. Finally, we see the combo. We see it. We see how strong it can be.
Yep.
Now, Flyby gotta be so careful. Aggressive, he can just chrono him and kill him, possibly. There it is, yeah. Couple right clicks, extra help from the shockwave. Oh, cold embrace just in time, but not enough damage. Global silence, just make sure they can't time lapse anyway. And CDC, they're running into yeah. Link epicenter though, trying to turn us around. Can he get the Q off? Coming off cooldown now, and he does. Aggressive, still alive. Wasted ultimate for September, and once again CDC. Once these abilities come into play, they just have nothing against it.
That is really rough on CDC right now. Do we even dare look at the graph?
Do
we dare?
I dare. I dare. Okay. That's a decent
It could
lead.
be worse, honestly. It could be much worse, especially in net worth. Experience is pretty bad. It's really, really bad.
Look at levels
but this is
two,
also
like...
because there's at least one Midas on aggressive, so the experience is a bit skewed in that regard.
Alright, let's look at levels though. Like Fenrir, last time when you were talking about his like 14 stolen intelligence at the 14-minute mark, he was saying level 6. Now he's already level 10. Whereas if you compare that to the Winter Wyvern, he's still level 6 right now. Rubik's level 7, so not much better. He just hit level 7 too, so it's not like he's close to anything else. So this is how this experience graph actually translates. It's really hurting these supports. I guess Rubik it's less of an issue because you have maxed out Fate Bolt, so it's a good nuke. Null Field is useful, but not that decisive, and not as decisive as a spell steal anyway. But the Winter Wyvern definitely want to have a maxed out Splinter Blast. You want to have a high level Cold Embrace.
Oh, by the way, did we even talk about the fact that it is actually Sepp playing the Sand King? He's usually the support player.
Yeah.
Like June is actually playing the support Rubik.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird. I wonder if June just doesn't feel comfortable playing Sand King. Even though I've seen June play Sand King numerous times. I just realized because I was hovering over over the Rubik and I was like, wait, this is June.
Yeah, it's a good point actually.
It's kind of weird.
Didn't you also play the
June also was the Slaughter in the last game.
Slaughter? Yeah.
Yeah, and Seb was the Monkey King.
Huh.
So it's pretty weird.
Global silence here, just QRTK safe by the looks of it, but he has a blink tag of his own. He got cancelled by the cause finale there for a moment.
Is coming up though with the Chronosphere.
Oh, and there it is. Freeze ready with the duel, starting that one off on Zeus, so he's taken out. They figured out that June and Sepp on the side, they'd be able to kill them too, but they don't make that connection. Don't have an easy way to scout it out.
I'll be honest. I'm
They
not even sure.
mid lane though. September initiates here onto the silence and bursting him down, but yeah, should be able to finish it off, especially with Flyback coming through.
Both kills.
And that Winter Wyvern ultimate just keep FY in place, but Freeze coming in, trying to just go for a right click. The Demons might still take out to the Arcane Curse, barely gets his E off. And yeah, he will still end up taking the spill though. Freeze keeping himself alive, single RP onto the Weaver. Oh no! Stolen up here in June.
Let's see if it can.
Doesn't have the mana to use it. Yeah, he has now with the take charges and the arcane boots. Still able to hold on to it though, as they burst him down with conventional means.
Alright, that's 3 kills.
Now Aggressive comes in. He still has Chronosphere after the time lapse, but might still have enough damage here. Stun coming through to offset that though. Waste some of that time, and now, well, just gonna have to settle for the Sand King, I suppose.
Yeah, that's fine though. They trade 2 heroes for 3. They kill the Magnus, which is nice. They kill the 2 supports, which is good. And they also only lost a support and an offlaner, so this is fine for them. They definitely need to catch a break like this.
Yep.
Almost Desolator for Flyby now as well.
And scary. Oh, he has Lincolns. Lincolns first and Weavers. Sometimes iffy because you can have a hard
There,
time finding your impact, but
there's not a lot of items to break it though, which is really there's not a lot of spells to break it though. I should say.
yeah,
They
we're
need
just
to
good
use
at
the
this
diffuser
game.
blade.
Yeah, we're just good at this game because I guess
Yeah.
primarily use it to just not get duels and lock down and
dueled,
kills. Oh, FY Smoke immediately dispelled by June to find himself an Invis Rune, so
Invis entity.
yeah. Would be more scary on like the Weaver, I guess.
He's a
Or
minute.
some other heroes.
June is like a few hundred away from his blink as well. He cannot die. If he dies now without blink and
Oh,
he has
aggressive.
RP,
Well, he
Alright,
uses
he
it
uses
on the
it.
Faceless Boy. Global Silence comes out to keep him safe. He still gets a Q off and doing some of the damage in the duel now on the Rubik. Plus 14 at this point, and also plus 2 as Fenrir was close enough for that particular scaling hero. Two
This is
infinitely
rough.
scaling heroes on the same team. I mean, how do you even win against this?
CDC need to disengage from this, but they want to fight this.
Wyvern ult doing a decent amount of damage here. No RP in this fight from the real Magnus. Aggressive. Also has the Q out in a second. Is Flyby trying to chip away them with a Desolator now. Lincoln's popped, silenced up. Freeze doesn't have enough duel, and now also the heals from Root Wyvern keeping Flyby alive. Even using the time lapse. Not sure what that was about, to be honest. It was full health, so bit of a waste, and now Aggressive comes in, looking for the time locks here. They will be able to finish off Sep. That's the control factor gone, and EDC call it quits. The Chronosphere lands on Rubik. Aggressive actually started to drop low with the nukes from the outside, so that's a bit of a waste. Meanwhile, Duel on the back. Guess it wasn't a waste, it was just space created. They get that kill. Slowly but surely, death by 1,000 cards. VG.J, this team fight lasted for a million years, but finally, they're getting all the kills in world. And Sep, what are you doing? Why?
How's a dieback?
Why? 3 heroes are down. He bites back, TP's into it.
CDC.
That was just a casual feed. That was a tilt play. That was... I don't know what that was.
I think the last 2 minutes is the worst I've ever seen CDC play. I don't even know what that was. They're 4v5 and then they go in with the epicenter, which is okay. They get the Magnus kill, which I thought was already more than they should have gotten. They get the Magnus kill and then they stick around. They stick around, wait for, oh hey, maybe let's wait until Chronosphere's up again. So they literally stuck around until Chronosphere was up again. And
They
I don't
did
know.
a good job baiting that one out, though, I guess.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
I know who got duels, actually, while the Chronosphere was going on.
It was Sep. It was the Sep game.
Alright, yeah.
He just got dueled, and again, they don't have any mobility items, yet they choose to stick around against these guys. Like, they have one Blink Dagger, that's it. They have no defensive Force Staff, they have no Lotus Orb or anything, and they still stick around for so long and just get withered down by, Fenrir's, throwing out Arcane Curse and Last Word, and then we have FY as well with his kicks and with his ultimate as well. I don't know. They just chose to stick around, and they just fed one by one, literally.
Yeah. And it's really a big problem. Now 5-inch smoke gets broken as Legion Commander blinks in. They will be able to burst him down, maybe not. Freeze still alive somehow for a little bit longer, and he does, still just have the Aegis Fenrir. With the Global Silence, they don't have the immediate follow for that, so he'll offer himself of the sacrifice instead. A bit of a miscommunication there.
I definitely think
now
that's miscommunication.
Chronosphere potential there on 2, pops the Lincolns, pops BKB, so it doesn't get interrupted and focuses on Zeus. Now switches target to Weaver, bringing him down first. Now Flame being chased away. Meanwhile, that's a good Winter's Curse. Freeze just forced to go on his friend. He still has a duel available, and the E already used on Demons, so that'll be an easy duel on whoever he wants to, unless he just gets killed now. Chronosphere stolen, but doesn't catch anybody. Aggressive, just goes from target to target. Godlike with a triple kill. And looking for more September, there he is. Make that a quad kill, or ultra kill in this game. And if he wants to go for it, maybe a rampage? Come on. No, he's just running away.
Nah. He
doesn't have a lot of support left.
From Weaver already.
But yeah, I mean...
Did Zeus buy back as well?
I don't think so.
No.
Does he have a respawn talent? No.
No, but he has a Bloodstone.
Oh yeah, okay. That's your respawn talent in Bloodstone in item form, I guess.
Basically. Again, another rough engagement. I will say that it could have been much worse for CDEC. VG.J didn't really like RTK's ultimate got pretty much cancelled by the Winter Wyvern curse. I mean, he got an RP off, but he immediately got cursed afterwards.
Yeah.
So there was nobody really used the RP. So in that regard, it was pretty nice. But CDEC, they just don't really have a great answer towards any or most of these spells. When somebody gets Chronosphered, what are they gonna do? They don't have good They don't have any disable outside of telekinesis and burst strike to help somebody in the Chronosphere.
Yeah, we touched on that in draft, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of disables, don't have a lot of mobility. All this is starting to bite them in the
Inflame
butt.
is dead. Inflame is dead.
He just doesn't know
they
it.
know he's here.
Breeze, yeah. Goodbye. 104 damage now for him. Fenrir, I don't think, yeah, he wasn't close enough for that one, so he's starting to fall behind on this one attempt per minute quota. Yeah. Now Global Silence TP out. Yeah, will be enough. Yeah.
That's cute.
Alright. Well, if Freeze is not gonna help him, then he's just gonna have to help himself, I guess. Meanwhile, in the back, aggressive on an FY. Looking for backstep. They even have the.
He wants to kill.
They also have a Purge Creep. Small little satyr. Also super useful to have.
Oh, that cancels the blink actually. Not the blink, the Lincolns.
Yeah. Not that Faceless Void really cares about Lincolns.
Ah, he really doesn't.
But it's nice if they want to stick an Unleashed Commander for him to command. He's going for a BKB, so no halberd shenanigans to
look at
solve that himself.
RTK. Look at RTK. You know, this is like a game where I think if you're VG.J, you definitely feel like you're gonna win no matter what. But he still goes, you know, for these team items. He went for a mech and a Yules. What a captain, honestly.
Yeah, Yules, of course, primarily also to help set up for potential duels on the Weaver.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Builds a Blink Dagger. What?
Where's the blink dagger?
Flyby.
I think this. I don't even think this is bad. I think this is actually pretty good too.
Gonna get Fenrir here. I heard an RP that was wasted again. That was a little bit weird.
I think he wanted to blink first and then RP, but
yes.
whatever he tried, it didn't work.
Yeah. I just heard him, didn't actually see him.
I'm pretty sure he RP'd over here, and nobody was.
Yeah. Like there was one here, and then one here, and he RP'd right here.
Yeah, and he exactly.
It's a decent AOE, but it's not that big. Oh, Flyby! He blinked into the trees. They didn't realize this.
Oh, they know where he is.
They see him. Chronosphere just to secure it, but there's a Cold Embrace actually kind of offsetting that. Now the Wind is Curse onto the Earth Spirit right next to Aggressive, so he will die, especially with his follow from Seb. Was the most elaborate bait I've seen in a while. Aggressive still not quite dead just yet. Flyby would have to commit quite a bit and Freeze making an appearance. Potential duel if they manage to crack that. Yeah. Geiger on the flame as a response, and now Demons. Yeah, that'll be a death with or without the duel. That is. Oh, maybe not.
Triple
September
stun
coming through. Oh, it's just so weird. Duel's back off cooldown. Yeah, they just need vision. Do they have vision? Don't have vision.
They do not.
Wow.
Oh, they have a sentry.
Global Silence and the Sentry also to cancel that. Breeze didn't go in for a duel just yet.
They just used Global to cancel the Sandstorm?
They didn't get anything off of it. There's a duel now as he comes back in. It's just such a weird fight. Fenrir will die to Flyby. What is
this fight has been going on for so long, we might even have our... Yeah, it's up in 14 seconds.
This is so weird. It doesn't have the mana right now, it needs to wait for mana boots in 10 seconds. It lined up quite nicely, but they don't even need it to just kill them one by one. Flyby looking for freeze now, TP in from Seb, follow-up control, so this might be enough. FY turning this around with a nice little stone. Magnetize. And nice E has to come out, and Cold Embrace, plus the ultimate as well. Seb's will still not falling, and the ult Seb will mean the lead commander doesn't have immediately. In fact, he doesn't die at all. It's unstoppable spree for him, as once again CDEC fall one by one in these fights.
RTK wants to chase further.
Yep.
GG is actually called.
RP and Demons, yeah, it's... don't think they... Weaver's down for 80 seconds, the entirety of VG.J is there, I don't think they were defending this. That was... This game had team fights that lasted for like 3-4 minutes at a time, it feels like. Not just one.
What a game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think that CDC that I don't know. I think they just lost it in the draft, and then they just never came back in the winning stage. And then VG.J just rolled over them pretty much.
Yep.
Don't think there was ever a time in this game where I thought CDEC might win this.
Well, they definitely have
Zeus is
something
not a
to
hero,
work on.
guys.
Yeah,
Zeus is not a hero.
I really don't think that I was to play. Literally anything else would have been probably more useful. Game client's out of date, so thank you for that. I'm gonna get the patch in a minute, but it
Best
doesn't
timing.
really matter anyway for DPL, because we're done for the day. That was the last game for now. VG.J puts himself up to 7-5 with this one in the standings, so definitely an important game for them. But CDC 3-11, don't think they'll make it to the playoffs at this rate. But hey, who knows? More DPL tomorrow. At the same time, we can just check Ghost Gamers, John Dota, all of these cool places to see exactly when and where that's happening. I can just tell you it's starting at 1400 SGT, so Singaporean time, China time, same thing really. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Skim, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always, and we did see some great games, didn't we?
Yeah, we definitely did see some great games. I think IG versus IGV was amazing.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get to see that again in the playoffs.
Yep. Alright, so on that note, once again, thank you guys very much, and see you next time.